name is Caleb Sense, and I drive a 1990 Nissan Skyline GT-R. I bought it in North Carolina from Fastlane Auto Sales. It was a virgin RB26, had never been touched, still running stock twin turbos. I drove it for close to a year before I ended up cracking the coolant lines on it and cracked the head, so that was fun. We built the entire motor, and then I put brand new wheels on it from Skull Wheels, and they gave me a sponsorship deal and everything, so they hooked me up good. I'm eventually going to get it repainted because it's got a little bit of a bad spot on the other side. I've upgraded a few performance parts on the underside. I'm still working on that, so that's going to be in the progress. I did all SPL traction arms on the front and rear, SPL camber arms on the rear. We did the SPL Highest Elite, which is the all-wheel steer. Stock, these things come off the manufacturing line with all-wheel steer. I've upgraded the entire motor. It's a fully built RB26. It's got a full exhaust system out the back, so it's only running a muffler. I put the brand new Sabon carbon fiber hood on, the carbon fiber wings on the back. I put Colin Project corner indicators on. Upgraded the intercooler to a Mishimoto 4-inch intercooler. Did a oil cooler. Upgraded the ECU to a Haltech system. I believe it's the Haltech Platinum. And then we upgraded the dash gauge to the Haltech Street IQ3. That way we could kind of keep up with everything as to air to fuel ratio, oil pressure, all that good stuff. I've done Bride Bricks 2 seats. I got a Street Aero forged carbon wheel, which is super lightweight. I love it. It's got a full bolt-in roll cage. When it came over from Japan, it had the cage in it, and I just liked it, so I decided to keep it in there. It also did not have a back seat because it has a cage in it, so I was like, it was originally all bare metal, so I gave it a little bit better of a look by putting Street Faction's rear seat delete kit in the rear, and that was one thing that definitely cleaned up the interior. I got to take my mom for a ride. For the first time, and it was the only time I got to take her for a ride before she went bedridden. She was diagnosed with ovarian cancer a while back, and she battled it for about 6 or 7 years. And when I bought this car, it was in the final stages, and I got to take her for a ride. And she absolutely fell in love with it. So then I decided I was going to build it in her name, and shortly thereafter, she had passed away, so from there on out, it was like, yeah, this car is going to be for my mom, and so it's dedicated to her, every bit of it. And so I partnered up with Grip Royal. They custom etched and painted a steering wheel for me to dedicate to my mom for this car. We worked long and hard to try and figure out what exactly we wanted, and they came up with a very good product. I try and take it to every show so I can show it off. But yeah, they ended up creating a wheel in memory of my mom. In all honesty, I didn't even expect this car to come into my life. I was working in DC, Washington DC, and I was looking for a new car to play with, and originally I was looking for BMW Z4s, and for some weird reason this thing popped up on the feed, and I called my dad up and I was like, hey, I really want this car. He's like, well, that's great and all, but you're not going to get it unless your mom says yes. So of course my mom was the one that was the deciding factor, and she was always one to say no to things, and this is one of the very first things that she actually was like, sure, why not, go ahead. A lot of people ask me like, hey, what's it like driving on the right side of the car? And I'm not gonna lie, the first time you get in one, it's really weird, very strange. But I bought this in North Carolina, and about the 4-hour trip home, I was pretty much good by the end of it. The trick is watching the white line on the shoulder rather than the yellow line, because that'll be your guideline. That'll keep you on that side of the road. Shift pattern's the same. Everybody asks me like what's all the same, what's different. So the shift pattern's the same, clutch and gas and brake, that's all the same, but the blinker's on the right side, which is a little different than American spec. It does take a lot to get used to, but by about the first week of driving it, you'll usually get used to it pretty quick. R32s have always been a dream of mine. I just like the body lines, how aggressive they are. I honestly wish companies would go back to how aggressive these cars are and they would come back with older design. If you ever get the chance to get one, I'd highly suggest it. It's definitely an experience that not very many people get to have.